to politicize townhouse. Of course, anyone is liable to his or her own thinking. I would not want to take it away from them, but the position still remains where anyone, if you are still alleged to be still without your case is finalized, you remain not allowed to be here. But I've not been, of course, being confrontational. I'm always as usual. If he, she, or feels like coming back, I've always been allowing them to come back. And it is the system that would not allow them back. And the law that would not allow them to come back. But for as long as they still have pending cases with the courts, that needs to be cleared first before they come back. So the status quo remains. So the government then cleared, when they then suspended and then reappointed. So we are back now to normal. But of course, 2021 has been filled with all those back and forth, which I think going forward, the government will actually come to conclusive and actually make sure the courts will deal with the matters. I'm not saying he is not supposed to come back. I'm saying let the process be done, and he cleared and he comes back to his position. I'm only here as an acting. The reason why it will remain an acting until the matter is finalized.
As you put the lead on 2021, what are some of the wins that you can say you took home as the Harare City Council?
There's quite a number of things where we even pushed the government beyond its even its willing to actually fund our roads. I think you can see the magnitude of the devolution funds on our roads. It saw us doing much of the roads that are passable now. And we would want maybe it to continue. And I am actually anxious to improve the relationship of this council and government so much so that we benefit. As the capital city, we cannot be seen getting less than Victoria Falls. As the big brother, we also need, we are actually the gateway to Zimbabwe. So we need to actually get it to our government and make sure that we receive more and make sure that we repair almost every road in Harare.
As they say, water is life.
True.
And in the recent past, we all know that Harare residents have been struggling with having water supply. Mm-hmm. And some suburbs, they've gone for weeks without water. And in Harare North, some areas we know that they've gone for more than 16 years or so. And I remember the last time that we talked, you were saying that within six months or so, they'll be receiving water. I'm sure you're making some plans.
Yes.
Can you tell us where we are right now as far as water for Harare is concerned?
Yes. As far as we are now concerned today, we have improved so much. We have done the repairs for all our pumping houses. The Morton Jeffrey, the Warren Control, the Litombo, the Alex Park. Now what is left for us was even Heathcliff can receive water even tonight if we replace the infrastructure, the distribution infrastructure, the pipes now, taking from the pumping station to the end user, which is the problem that we are facing. The reason why, even before the rains, you would think it is raining somewhere, because our water will be flowing almost everywhere, because our pipes underneath, they are actually broken and rotten. So they are obsolete, they need replacement. So our next step is that of replacing the obsolete piping system. And the government has already indicated that they are willing to help us in line to make sure that we fix all the pipes that are rotten. Because they have already helped us in with about more than 9.9 million US dollars for the pumping side, where you saw the Warren Control being fixed with all new pumping system, gears and everything, and also additionals to the water and control, being the main distributing hub of our water. Once it leaves Morton Jeffrey, it comes to water and control, where water and control now takes the distribution to all the suburbs. So we are done with that one. So what is left now for us to do, which is slowly picking, is to replace every pipe that you are now seeing all our water gushing along the way. So as I'm speaking, we are good to go for the suburbs to receive water. But the only hurdle that we have as I'm speaking to you is the pipes that will take water from one Litombo or Alex Park to my house.
So this may come as good news to our residents as far as waste collection is concerned. I understand that as Harare, you are moving away from the traditional waste collection system and you are planning to have a solid waste management plan. Can you please shed more light on that?
Yes, we are actually moving from what we call the linear type of waste management to what we now call the waste management per se, where we have to install or construct the material recovery centers in most of our suburbs. Transition on transit, those refuse will be on transit to our Pomona, and Pomona is being converted from a dump site or a landfill, just an ordinary landfill, to a waste to energy plant center, where we are now going not only to be talking, but we are going to practicalize the waste to energy that we were singing for the past 6 years.
Currently, as where we are, the rains are now hitting the ground, and there are fears of floods. And we all know how our drainage system is currently in Harare. As the Harare City Council, what are you doing to make sure that our drainage will be good and we won't face floods in Harare?
The stormwater drains are actually blocked by the refuse in most cases. So what you have seen us doing the past 2 weeks is to clear all the illegal dams. Like in the CBD, we have cleared all the illegal dams, starting with the Montagu, the 5th Avenue, the Samora Machel, the Packet, also the Bata open space toilet dumping area, the Market Square, and the Copacabana. We have cleared those ones, but we still have got a problem. Most of those refuse is actually coming with the workers who are working in town. They're actually bringing their trash from their homes to drop it there. Mainly because we were not, and still not, religiously picking the door-to-door picks. So people are opting to bring it to a skip bin in town, where now it is building again. But we are slowly also educating our people to stop the drop and making sure that they place the litter where it belongs.
Harare is seeing so much developments on wetlands. So many court cases have been seen in Harare.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we are concerned for 2022, what's the plan to stop developments on wetlands, and also can you shed more light on regularization, as in the developments that would have been done on wetlands?
There's no regularization that will take place on a wetland. For as long as the place is declared a wetland, both by council and by EMA, there is no way that place will be regularized for any development. One other thing that maybe I would want to correct and maybe help the public to understand, there are developments that are for wetlands areas, the soft development things like golf clubs and what have you. If you see a golf club coming up on a wetland, it is permissible even under the law of wetlands. So that one will be allowed. But there are no hard development like the houses and what have you, that will not be allowed on wetlands. And the wetlands remain our source of water. Harare is actually constructed on its own source of water. And to be honest, Harare is a wetland city. So we need to be very careful whenever we are developing. Like where we are sitting today, a townhouse, Julius Nyerere to be specific, it is a river flowing. So whenever we are actually dealing with those areas, we need special planning that is agreeable to even the scientists that will deal with the wetlands and what have you. Everything that will be allowed on a wetland must be approved by the environmentalist who knows what is allowed on a specific land and ground.
In 2022, what can you say to the residents? What are the efforts that City of Harare has put in place?
The first thing that I would want maybe to put across to our residents and everyone, every stakeholder, is to make sure to say the city belongs to us all, residents, all the stakeholders together. It does not belong to Mutizwa and the councillors at this townhouse. It belongs to the city and its city dwellers. So the upkeep and the general upkeep of Harare belongs to all of us. It is not the duty of only the council, employees and management, but it belongs to everyone. So stop the drop when it comes to waste management. Put the waste where it belongs.
Your Worship, thank you so much. It begins with you, and as Harare residents, we need a paradigm shift. It has been Smart City. I'm Peter Tenyanywa. Join me next time.